Happy Father's Day, Brad.
Appreciate you.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Yeah, likewise.
What you? And the craziest Father's Day, but you probably gonna have to pay for dinner if you going to dinner.
That's real. That's real. You know, my daughter this morning, she gave me her last $3.63. She said, "Happy Father's Day."
Oh,
it mean a lot to me.
You gotta spend that. You gotta go buy your candy bar or something, man.
I think I might give it back. I probably can't even get a candy bar right now.
Yeah, man.
How old are your kids?
10 and 8.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Zach, you gonna have some kids one day, man?
One day we'll get there. I'm in no rush. But let me get this out real quick. I do have a special anniversary today.
What?
June 15th, 2015. I shaved my head for the first time.
Whoa.
Yeah, 19 years old. So
that's crazy.
10 years ago.
You remember that day?
That's what I was this thing.
I came up on a picture of myself from that day, like about a month and a half.
You got to put that picture into the video or something. Can you send that picture to somebody? We'll
I'm sure I can find it. Yeah, I'll find it.
What? I thought he was gonna talk. I thought he was gonna shout somebody out.
I thought he was, or his girlfriend. Like that just show how much hair mean to people.
Yeah,
right.
Listen, I gave the hair up when I was 19, so
26 for me.
Yeah,
I started thinning right here, man, bruh.
That's hard.
I bit the bullet young, man. So today's a special day for me.
Man, I remember that day. I was sorry.
Beer crazy though.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm jealous of y'all because y'all got the beer. I just gotta keep
picking
it out, hoping it grow in the middle spots and all of that. But I also want to give a shout out to my son, Amir. He's going into the 9th grade, man. My boy going to the 9th grade, playing football. He'll be running track, doing his thing. All the dads out there, the fathers that can't be with us. My father passed away when I was 6 years old, but the fact that he's still being honored and respected. Happy Father's Day to you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's a real, real good day. But have y'all, there's been a couple things going on this week. The main thing that I like is, have y'all heard this new Lil Wayne album? Everybody's been talking about it. Have you listened to it?
I listened to it. It was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
I would say
it didn't overwhelm me or nothing, but it was fine. Like,
how old are you, Brad?
38.
Okay. So we were on the same age.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people expect that mixtape Wayne that we got to experience.
I've been waiting on that mixtape.
Really?
I feel like he was pulling, man. I don't feel like his music is growing.
That's how I felt with this album.
I was just like,
the pen is still there though. He can still rap.
He got it, but I'm like, I feel like I'm surpassed. Like, what is going on with his music?
Is it a maturity thing?
It's a maturity.
Because all my friends that are like a 30 and up or like around our age, like we always kind of like, this wasn't the Wayne that we remember. This wasn't Effort Phenomenal Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it wasn't like Mixtape Wayne or Carter 3. I remember skipping school to go buy Carter 3. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It just seems like now people just are like, all right, bro, you can't give us something different. This album, to me, it didn't feel like it was nothing different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well said.
You know, that's just for me. But the pen's still there.
Yeah. I think something about Dear Mama or Mama, Don't Worry, that was the only one where I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I could relate. I understand what that feel like. But outside of that, I feel like, personally, I feel like he forced it.
The song with Jelly Roll and Big Sean was cool.
That was cool.
The LL Cool J, the Bell, I think the song was called Bells. That was cool.
Yeah, that was different.
But I don't like listening to Wayne albums and being like, that was cool. I like the wow factor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Carter 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when was his last album? How long has it been since he put out an album?
I could not tell you the length of that time or how long it was, but the last one I remember was and y'all know last one album 2 years ago. Which album was that? Carter 5.
Okay.
But like I said, I thought
it was a bigger gap, honestly, between the two albums.
Me
okay.
too.
Seemed like it.
Mm-hmm. But what other music you listening to? Like what's on your playlist?
I mean, to truly be transparent, I really
listen
to a lot of worship music. So
Okay.
I keep my kids in the car all the time.
That's what's up.
A lot of what that is like Christian rap. But if I would jump off to rap, it would be like J. Cole or something like that.
Okay.
So me and my wife in the car, we go back to the 2010s, maybe Drake or something like that to pop that in, just like when we were kids and we were enjoying it. But like I don't even know I just made a mixtape and we just put it on there. Not even a mixtape.
Listen, there's some Christian rappers who are doing it, like Lecrae, Andy, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
or something.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He know what he mean because that ain't his name either.
But he's nice, man. I love that.
Decent.
Yeah.
But it's a big genre now, and there's a lot of people get into it. So it's good, man.
That's what's up.
If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life.
I knew when you said. I really like J. Cole, Love Yours.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Something about that, like, that's just the way it be.
Man, just the way it is, right?
Hey, didn't he really speaking like, man, we out here comparing what we only have in our hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Cole had you like, man, this is...
But that's a guy who's growing, though.
Facts.
He's growing. Even though he might not show his off the scene, what he's doing, he's growing, and you can see it in his music. And I think there's a lot of other artists like that, but I have a high respect for him and what he do.
Me too. Like, I love the fact that, like, even someone who predominantly listens to Christian music could listen to Cole and not feel bad about it, or feel like it's toxic to, like, their children's ears, or you could play it, or you could play editing, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's really a lot of great Christian artists out there. Like I said, Wayne just... Maybe next time, bro. Wayne don't got to prove himself no more. That's what I said. He don't got to prove himself.
He already did.
He already did.
Yeah. There's artists that are like that out there. They release a bad album, now you're like, I'll just listen to your old stuff and I'll be fine.
Yeah. Because I definitely played the Carter 3 after I listened to the Carter 6. I was like, let me go ahead and run it back.
Great album.
I don't know. That's just...
What's your one song, John?
My one song?
What's your one song?
For the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life. If you had to have one song on repeat for the rest of your life, all day on the mail route, all day in the car.
Bonita Applebum by A Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
I'm going back like that.
I wasn't expecting that one, to be honest.
Yes, I love that song, man.
That is a good song.
I was a baby probably when that song came out, but I love that song, man. It's just a loop beat that I could just play over and over. But I want to ask Brad this question. Coffee, prayer, or both? How do you start your day?
Prayer.
Always.
I think prayer is our communication with God, so it's healthy. You need it, and I think it's a two-way thing. I think sometimes we always pray in the sense that we ask Him, but I think it's a time that we listen to.
Yeah.
Coffee is it's cool. It's cool, but I'm not I need to go get coffee. I might prefer an energy drink over coffee, honestly. But
really? Are you an energy drink guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to, Lord, take it from me. I don't really want it. But coffee is very cheap compared to an energy drink, so I prefer that. But something about coffee, maybe in the last 2 years, I just started getting hip to coffee. Zach,
you a coffee drinker?
Yeah, I'm a both guy. I do have coffee, but I also have energy drinks. It kind of depends on the day for real.
Yeah.
Like today, I'm having an energy drink, but if I go out to breakfast or something, I'm gonna get coffee.
Gotta have it. Yeah.
What's a childhood memory that you remember that makes you smile to this day?
Oh man. So I grew up on the northeast side of Canton, and we played at a park. I mean, it got so many names, but I would call it Bryant's Park at this point. But we used to play football, rough and tumble there, and it was a dude named, I can't even think of his name, maybe Tony. And his mom knew we was playing there, and she wanted us to like go up there, and she made us T-shirts, man, to play football.
Nice.
We thought we was somebody, man. And at that time, I was a heavier guy, but like you couldn't tackle me by one person. So in that mind, I was like, man, if they just give me the ball, bro, I'm gonna score back and forth. And I think I did my thing, and I was just like, man, that's a good time, man. I think my little brother was there, like, man, you a good football player. Only to know I really wasn't.
You're right. You just had your mind to shine.
But I was like, man, that was a fun time, man. And a lot of good memories at that park. So when I think about that park, it just makes me smile.
That's what's up. So if you could describe Canton in 3 words, what would they be?
Man, that's a great question. I would say Canton in 3 words would be determined, love, and resources.
I like that. What's your reason for those?
Determined because I think that we have a lot of things that people may say is against us in a way, but we find a way through. So I think we determine as a people, we might be subdivided in a sense, but some way, somehow we work together.
Yeah.
So I like that part. I was going to say unity, but I would say we working on that.
You're working on it.
The second one was love. I think we are a loving city. When people are in hurt, when people are in need, it's some way, somehow people come together to show people love. Even from, the homeless population, it's always somebody I can see through social media doing something to try to resolve that need.
Yeah.
Then the last one, what did I say? I don't remember.
Said, trying to remember myself. I was caught up in the answers. Resources. I'm sorry. Thank you.
A lady said we are connectivity poor but resource heavy. So I think we have a lot of resources here.
We do.
I think just trying to get them all on the same page. So I love that part of it. It's
like
always
that.
a way to point somebody to something.
I appreciate that. Those are like 3 dope words for the city of Canton, man. Like, I also would throw in their tradition.
Yeah.
We have we hold on to things like not just the Master McKinley game, but like we really hold on to traditions in Canton. There are still buildings here that were here years ago, and they have so much history. There's a lot of history and tradition in the city of Canton, man. So, Zach, what about you?
My 3 words? I don't know if I have 3 words. I love.
Oh, you can just say words.
I love the city, man. I do love this city. Like at the end of the day, I was born and raised in Canton, so like it's kind of what I know. All my friends and family are here, like, and I think it's one of I've done a lot of traveling, and I just think it's one of the most unique cities you're gonna find.
Very true.
That I wouldn't trade it for the world, for real.
The word that comes to mind for me, and I can't break it down to 3, I would say progress.
Yeah.
I would definitely say progress. When I look at downtown in Centennial, it was just like a field, not a place people would really go to. But now I love to see people walking downtown and walking past that, and not having that reputation of you can't go downtown. Now people go downtown. You see it lively. People going to and from work, going to different places, such as the library, downtown. Like Canton is really turning into a progressive city. So I love that it's more than just a sports city. More than people just care about it just during the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? People are coming here for shows. We have musicians come here. We are building something here. So shout out to the city of Canton, man. Real quick, Brad, before we go on break, where can they follow you at, man? Can you shout out any social media? How can they get in contact with you?
Man, that's good. I think you can find me on Facebook at Bradley Tyson.
I mean, he ain't on there that much.
I just be posting.
Right.
Then I think my Instagram might be Bradley Family. Whatever that is.
All right.
But yeah. If you call me. I think that's the best way.
Yeah,
I
put
ain't
the email out there. You gotta put the email.
Call me. If you see me, say what's up. Man.
That's what's up. Micless Zack, what about you, man?
You can find my Instagram and Twitter as zworthy68 or Facebook Zackworthy.
All right. You can follow me everything Jéan P the MC. Instagram, YouTube. Say What You Mean. SWYM podcast on Instagram. Also, I want to give a shout out to Flaco Torres. I had a show on Friday in Akron. Shout out to the night stage. Shout out to Rent for Cheryl, Flaco, Fez, Kiana, Chase, who helped out with the content. I had a real good time. So shout out to Akron. I throw that in there. But yeah, shout out to Akron and Flaco. Well, yeah, everything Jéan P the MC, SWYM podcast on Instagram, YouTube.com/Jéan P the MC. Follow us, subscribe to us, man. Let's get something going. This is our 179th episode. Yeah, man.
That's huge.
179. Thank you, man. So yeah, follow us all there. You gonna stick around with us for a minute?
Yeah, why not?
All right, man. Jéan P the MC, episode 179. Say What You Mean podcast. Bradley Tyson. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play. From the northwest to the northeast, say my name once and they know it's me. Southeast to the southwest, no arguments, yeah, I got next, Jéan P.
Episode 179 of the Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC, Bradley Tyson. How you feeling, man?
Good, man.
Again, happy Father's Day.
Appreciate it.
I dap you up, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's Father's Day, man. It's our day. Enjoy all the socks and the hand-drawn pictures.
Get a tie. Don't even worry.
Might get a tie. Yeah, man. So, you know what it is, man. Episode 179, Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC, Bradley Tyson. What you got planned for your Sunday? What y'all got planned today?
Man, I hope that I eat some good food. That's my only goal today.
And that you don't got to pay for it.
That ain't a goal. I know that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat
man.
some good food. Maybe they tip. They might do that.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
At $3.63.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, but that's it right
Sorry,
there.
man. That's all I got. 'Cause, you know,
Zach, what about you? What you got planned today?
I don't got nothing going on today. It's gonna be a lazy Sunday, you know. Got to work early in the morning, so
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm just finally resting the legs.
always on vacation.
Bro, I wish I was always on vacation, but I need it today. I get my son next week, so we're going to spend some time together. Again, I'm just enjoying my Sunday, man. Podcast, Father's Day. My sister wants me to come over there and hang out with her, so hopefully she cooks something too.
yeah.
We just want the food on Father's Day. That's all we
That's it.
want. Some food and things we can't discuss on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? That's all we want. We
That's
simple,
it.
man. Yeah, that's simple. But nah, man, we gotta pay some bills. Sponsor time here at the Hub Art Factory. That's our first sponsor. Shout out to Tim Carmody. What you think of the space, man? It's your second time in here?
Second time in here. Beautiful space, man.
Thank you.
A lot of art. And this is it's beyond my means of understanding.
That's the purpose.
Yeah.
That's the hub.
But you can see it's a lot of good things happening. A lot of art that I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I can see the beauty in it.
I love when people discover the mannequins. Like you see the mannequins all around this place. You be like, what in the world's going on in
A
here?
lot of personality in this building.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
A lot of different
Yeah.
personality in this building.
Shout out to the Hub, man. Tim Carmody. Shout out to our other sponsor, George Financial Services. Father and son team with 35 years of combined experience. They are dedicated to helping everyday people. They have $30 million in assets under advisement and are growing. If you'd like to talk with them to learn more, search and Google George Financial Services and book a complimentary call. Our next sponsor is RTP Sports, the realest betting group in Ohio. If the game is on, we're betting. Welcome to RTP Sports, the #1 sports betting group chat in Ohio, where real players link up, drop heat, and run up the bag together. This ain't our guessing game. We do our homework, strategize, and take this betting thing serious. So if you're into betting and gambling, reach out to RTP Sports. You do some betting?
I'm not, man.
I'm not either, bro.
I actually tried to download one of them sites and it didn't work. I said it wasn't for me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't for me.
What is it, baby? That's what's up. So, all right, man. So, episode 179. Brad, man, what's going on, man? Let them know where you from. What side of Canton you representing?
Born and raised Canton, Ohio, Northeast, man. 330 stand up.
All day. What side of town did you grow up on?
So Northeast Canton, so kind of like my mom really loved the Northeast, so she did we did St. Elmo twice, then we did Stryver, then Roland. So if you know
Oh, you was
Canton,
outside.
Yeah, I was outside for real. But those three streets line up right next to each other.
St. Elmo's like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
delivered over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
See, in Northeast.
Yeah,
All
Northeast,
right.
Northeast. And, I mean, my bike took me everywhere.
Yeah, especially.
I done got a few whoopings off that bike ride. The street lights, man, but it was a good time, man.
You ever ride on a bike from the Northeast to the Northwest?
Yeah, I did it all.
It was long. Listen, if you can, you done rode your bike from one side of town to the other.
Crazy ride. I think when bikes wasn't a thing and it was time to ride the bus, I think we got left in Belden one time and walked home from Belden. This is crazy. I'm like, it's dark. Yeah, I got tore down that day.
Yeah, well, you tore up that day. She like, don't you ever leave this house?
Never. Where was you at? I was like, down the street. Like, no, I'm lying. But it was a good time.
How did your experience with Canton City School shape who you are today?
It shaped me. I would say resilient. When I think about Canton City schools and education was solid, teachers cared. They had the time to sit down and show you and kind of explain if you had a hard time. But the people, my friendships and the roasting and the talking and people I still can talk to, that's what I think about Canton City schools, the community piece of it.
Special, man. Especially you went to McKinley. I remember seeing you and seeing Tuck. Shout out to Tuck. Shout out to Darrell, man.
Yeah, man. My man.
That's my dude. So let me ask you this. Can you talk about how your faith became a driving force in your life and leadership?
Yeah. Faith is everything, man. And I personally believe in Jesus Christ, man. I'm nothing without him. So all glory goes to him. But with that being said, I had to realize that I am nothing without him. So it's a verse kind of like in Psalms 128 where it says, fear the Lord. So I started understanding what fearing the Lord is. So when that happened, I started taking my girlfriend at the time serious. And truly, to be transparent, what happened was I prayed to God. I said, hey, man, I'm done playing house. You saying you want to be serious with me, so I need you to show me a sign that I can marry this girl. No joke, no lie. A check came in the mail the next day for like $1,500. I got a ring. I proposed to her. It was like February 29th. By March 15th, we got married.
Congratulations.
Man,
how long you been married now?
13 years.
Man, good for you, man. That's what's up,
man. So with that being said, I started putting him first rather than putting him second. And God started positioning people in my life to kind of disciple me through.
That's what's up. So tell us about your role as a neighborhood connection coordinator at Habitat.
Man, beautiful role. Shout out to Habitat for Humanity, East Central Ohio, man. So basically, Habitat partners with hardworking families to achieve home ownership. I think sometimes we feel that, or community, whoever might think we give houses away for free. That is not a fact. What we do is we charge no interest, and that's our biblical release. You can find it in Deuteronomy, Exodus, where it says, "Do not lend to a brother or sister with interest." So any partner family that comes into the program, we charge no interest.
Let's go.
So with that being said, we do a lot of things in the community. We build over 660 houses at our affiliate. We've been around about 37 years. So we say we build hope and we build community. So that's kind of my lane of it. And I'm in all the lanes. So how do you build community? And it's talking to the neighbors. At this point, you build two houses together in some places, but those neighbors talk together. And where is that spot that you can say, how do you do this? How do you do neighborhoods? How do you do that? And I'm kind of that intersection that say, let's do this together. Let's do that together. So really what I do is build bridges in the community for Habitat and strengthen the bridges we already have.
Like that. See, you talk about neighborhood. I always think of like my best memories is involving the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I wish we get back to that. Like your neighborhood was your hood. You know what I'm saying? That was your family.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Zach, do you have a neighborhood memory?
So the neighborhood I kind of grew up in, I grew up right next to the Stark County Fairgrounds. Okay. Just kind of on the other side of the woods there. And we had a solid group of there's like 5 or 6 of us back there where you just, you hop on the bike and where all the other bikes were, that's where everybody was. You throw your bike down. That was back in the day, you could just walk into someone else's house.
That's real.
You knew everyone was upstairs in the game room or out back on the trampoline. You just walked in like, what's up, y'all? I'm here now. Right. And everyone was like, hey.
Go home, Roger.
Yeah. But now I feel like there is a little bit less community now. I don't think kids go outside as much, and I don't have my own kids. Maybe you guys can speak more on that, but it's just different now. But that's my neighborhood memory.
Neighborhood is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, man. Like I said, it was your tribe. When you hear about your family talk about their neighborhood and how parents can whoop other people's kids, you acting up, she gonna get a whooping, and then when you go home,
you're gonna get another one.
It helps. Seems like now it's like gone.
Yeah.
But it's people such as yourself who have these organizations that are keeping that alive.
Right.
I want to ask you, what inspired the creation of the Southeast United Table, and what does table mean?
So table means togetherness, acceptance, brotherly love, leadership with humility and encouragement. So the table is allowing pastors or anybody in the community to sit at a table. A table is usually unified for just coming together and talking. In biblical times, as the Last Supper, Jesus came to the table and he sat with his disciples, even Judas who portrayed him, and they had serious conversations of what it looks like. At that table, they broke bread and things of that nature. But at this table that we call the Southeast table, we come together and talk about hard things in our community. Personally, I feel that our community is broken because our faith is not as strong as it needs to be, and the faith communities can do a better job at doing that. So getting them to the table and say, how can we be these neighborhoods? How can we feed these neighborhoods, our sheep? So we talk about what that is, and that's what the table is, kind of that option. And it's good, man, because it's a lot of different denominations, but at the same time, we have the same common denominator, and that's Jesus.
The Southeast side is very dear to my heart. I was born on Baker Court, Pulley Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you, culture is like a huge part of the city.
Yeah.
How would you describe the culture of the Southeast side of Canton? Because I definitely feel it's its own area.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So how would you describe that?
I would say to that, I think all parts of Canton got its own
facts,
own culture, but Southeast is, I think you said it best, tradition, and it has a rich history over there, and people still know their history over there, but it has a little broken history from when Route 30 came in and kind of displaced a lot of people. But when I see a lot of the Southeast, it's rich in history, it's rich in love, and it's really it's a history of progress, as you said it.
Love the Southeast, man. Very good in my heart. I love looking at those pictures from back in the day. My father, you know what I'm saying, the Southeast, and people just walking around. And I remember Jackson Pool when the pool was there, man. They always had them great memories of Jackson Pool. I wish they bring that back, man.
Man, you and a whole bunch of other people.
How often do you hear that? Like Jackson Pool,
often,
you hear it often too?
Especially you talk to some of the older people,
man,
older residents. They even before that, like Jackson Park, I didn't even know it was a park.
Me neither.
Like they said, man, after church, because churches was all over, they just go, everybody, and it was almost a family reunion every Sunday. Go down there, play baseball, and like you said, all the local legends was over there.
Man,
I was like, man, you know, from all the names you think of Southeast, like everybody was on the Southeast. What I have learned is we have a lot of SMHA and all that over there, but basically at that time, if you were black, you just lived on the Southeast.
Facts, yeah.
So if you were black and you were in the, let's say in Canton about the 50s, probably the 60s, you was in the Southeast. So everybody was kind of birthed out to Southeast at that time.
That's why I don't like it when they automatically assume because it's Southeast is bad, or it's, you know, like it's culture over there. You know what I'm saying? Like families. My mom has stories over there. You know, family. A lot of our family pictures were over there. Right. Maybe metropolitan housing, but it's family.
It's family.
So let me ask you this, man. The Reset. It's a youth program and it's doing incredible things. Why do you think spiritual development is so important for young people right now?
Yeah. So the Reset is, I probably did that maybe 2 years ago, maybe. So it's really not happening at this point. But when it comes to what that reset means and why is it so important, it's because we as people sometimes have a hard time of coping. Yeah. Especially spiritual coping, like finding our way to navigate through hard times. This is why we get this word crash out right now, because that's just what we do. So what happens is when times go rough and things go bad, what do you fall on? What do you rely on? Some people is drinking, some people is drugs, some people is, you know, hitting things. So when it's about spiritual development, my heart is, how do you disciple somebody, saying when things happen, what is your foundation? Mine is Christ. So I find myself, hey, Lord, help me. I'm sick. But I have to call out to him and I have to understand that I'm dependent on him. So what I want to do is put people in a place that they understand that they need to be dependent on something bigger than themselves, which is to that other piece, it's community, it's neighborhood, it's family.
I always say that too, like, what saved me personally being from Canton is having an outlet. A lot of us don't have an outlet.
Yeah.
It's like your outlet is Christ, my outlet is music.
Yeah.
Some brothers don't have an outlet being from here. And I think that would save so many lives, especially with the youth.
Right.
You know, because we know us being from here, if you ain't got nothing going on, you just working or doing some things you ain't supposed to be doing. So I really strive for outlets for anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's needed. Young, old, like outlets are so important, especially for mental health.
Man.
And with the youth now.
Right.
Like you talked about crash out. I'm not a big fan of YN. I'm not a fan of that culture. I don't like that. It's cute.
Yeah.
When you see TikToks and reels, but it's like we should not be putting this label.
Yeah, we can't embrace that.
We can't embrace that. We may like the music, but we can't be like, oh, it's a group of YNs. Let's walk this way. Nah, we're gonna embrace them. I've seen young men on my route with the hoodies on, and people get out their way. Not me. What's up? How you doing?
Right.
I'm gonna look you in your eyes because that's all I can see anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I appreciate brothers and sisters who really strive hard to save these youth because they need a lot of saving these days, man.
I hate it because it's just to break down the families at this point. You know what I mean? It's as we say Father's Day, I mean, I love that I get text to my phone, but not everybody is an active father, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, you know, as kids and you don't have that. But where's that conversation come when even our moms or dads was like, before you have, your relations with that girl, get married first.
Right.
And unfortunately, since that conversation didn't happen, you have sex before marriage. Now you're doing the baby mom game, and it's fine, but it makes it harder than it needs to be. So you get a lot of YNs, as they say, trying to figure out what it looks like.
Navigating it.
Yeah.
I just look at that like the old crash out YN thing is just people who lack emotional intelligence. That's all it is. It's like, why are you 30 plus talking about you about to crash out? Bro, come on. Let's grow up.
You never had that talk before.
Exactly. You never would talk, to think about things. Because it's like, that's what's helped me personally is like thinking about things. Like, why would I want to crash out? And then if I do that, I'm with the regret. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Nah, think it through. But teaching the youth that, hey man, think about it before you do it. Because everything's so reactive.
Yeah.
Do it the first thing you feel. Think about it first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's cool for young people to realize and understand that. I want to ask you this question, man. Like, you wear a lot of hats. Community leader, facilitator, connector. Which roles challenge you the most? And like, which one fills your cup for real?
I would say they all are challenging because, when you put a hat on, you got to be that part. So it's hard to be that part at all times. You know what I mean? And I personally don't, even though those titles are one thing or they are different things, I don't feel like I'm taking a hat off and on. I really feel like I'm keeping my same hat on because I'm driving to the same purpose per se. What was your second, man? I'm sorry.
I was saying, which one fills your cup? Like, which one gives you the most fulfillment?
They all fill my cup, man. They all, because I see people growing. Yeah. And I see people learning. So I love that part. So I don't really feel discouraged often because, again, I see the growth. And I'm easily encouraged sometimes. So even the dude, like you said, crashing out, and the next time he's like, "Man, I ain't do that." I'm like, "Man, that's great. Yeah. That's great."
I thought it through. Yeah,
you thought it through. So little things like that, it's like, all right, man, I see things working.
That's what's up. Zach, do you have a question?
Yeah. So you said you got the 2025 Crime Prevention Citizen of the Year. Can you kind of tell us what that is and what you did to earn that honor?
Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Sometimes I still wonder how I got that. But basically, with that Southeast table, I asked police to come to that to the table and talk about what they wanted to do. So my heart is unity and figuring that out. Unfortunately, when you in Canton, Ohio, police have a hard narrative, man. It's a very hard narrative, and I think as a kid, that was a job I thought that was a great job. Like, man, I would love to be a cop.
Right.
I think I shot a gun one time, and I was like, nah, never mind, man. It's too much power.
Did you jump back?
Yeah, I was like, woo.
That kick was like, wait a minute.
This is too much. But with that being said, when I think of how to get more, if you know the police and all that, I think they're down about 40 police officers right now. So trying to change their narrative and get them to start serving. And one of the lieutenants was like, man, you really for us. You really trying to help us. And I am for them, and I am trying to help them, but I'm more for the city. I want to see change in the city. Right. You just kind of helping alongside. So he heard it. He heard my heart. And he was like, I guess he reached out to somebody, and one day they called me and said I got the award, and I was like, shout out. I didn't even know it was a thing, man, to be truly honest with you. But I'm honored. I'm pleased. And it doesn't stop at the award. I think it's more responsibility after that, because now, your name is like this. This is what you're doing. So I just need to make sure I keep doing that and keep driving towards that.
I like that.
Yeah.
One last question. Looking back through all of this, all these things you've done, what's one moment where you really felt God's hand was guiding your steps?
Man, that's a tough question. Man, I would say today. Right before this, I left church, and the person preaching, they said, obedience is better than sacrifice. And what I see is this honor and praise, even being invited to this show, is me being obedient to God. So when I look at my life, it's all because, and again, I slip up all the time. My wife, if she was on, she'd be like, "He slipped up this morning." But with that being said,
He was playing YN music this morning.
it gets you hyped sometimes.
Yeah, it do.
But with that being said, I think that me being able to pursue him in a way has given me more opportunities. So with that being said, I feel that I'm always driving towards him, and those things I can see he's aligning my steps.
I like that, man. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. So here's what I want to do, man. All the guests we've had have been filled with positive points throughout the whole episode. I want to take a break and do a section called P's Positive Point, where you say a quote that means something to you. Zach, you got a Dr. Seuss?
You need to quit asking at this point.
You ran out? I just have hope every day that you have a Dr.
I know,
Seuss
but
quote.
man, I did 100 of them in a row, man. I swear.
Went through all the
I went through all of it.
man.
Nah, but we going to do that, man, and then we'll get out of here, okay?
Okay.
All right, man. Episode 179, Bradley Tyson, Jéan P the MC. Peace.
Peace.
Episode 179, Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC again. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. It's our day today. Brad, got to dap you up again, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for being on the show. This was such a great Sunday. Shout out man Dakota in the house, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chase, shout out to Jeremy, Micless Zack. Mm-hmm. You just realized your jersey was, what did you realize it was messed up?
So this jersey, I got it, would have been probably circa 2016. Off the AliExpress for like $25.
I thought you were going to say in the alley. I was like, that's why I was messed up.
And the buttons definitely aren't lined up right. So it's a little wonky, but I like the color. So
it would have been the same if we would have got out of the alley too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you know, it's a little wonky, but we can rock it.
Make tattoos pop from that arm.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Brad, I like your hat, man. That's
Appreciate you, man. It's Father's Day, man.
yeah, man. You fly, you know, you got your.
Hey, man, just trying my best.
And it's our day, you know what I'm saying?
It's our day.
It's our day that we got to pay for.
One day
we'll get a meal. One day we'll get a meal.
Can't wait.
As soon as y'all kids get their own jobs.
That's it.
I'm like, hey, you want
First
to take
thing,
me out?
yeah.
I'm picking the most expensive thing.
got-
Let me get a tomahawk.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
you
You
get
got
that
16
tomahawk
years
steak.
worth of Father's Days to pay for right now.
All right, man. No, that's what's up, man. Y'all know how we give it up on the podcast, man. We love ending the show on a positive note. P's Positive Point, where I have my guest say a quote that means something to them, man. Something you can carry with yourself throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? So, Micless Zack, what's your positive point for us?
My positive point today is going to be our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter.
What's that mean to you?
So basically, as soon as we stop talking about things that are important to us, that's when they become irrelevant. So there's certain things that you need to keep pushing for if you want to actually see them happen, like talking about community and making change. You know, if we become silent about it, that change will never come.
I like that, Zach.
That's Martin Luther
powerful.
King.
Yeah, shout out.
Man, from Dr.
One of the
Seuss to Martin
greatest.
Luther King.
Yeah,
Talk about a 180.
yeah. I'm
Bars.
a deep individual.
I feel proud. I got an air
Type in
horn out.
strongest quote ever. That's powerful.
That's what's up, man. Bradley, what you got for us, man? What's your positive point?
After that, man.
All right, we
close
got to drop the
show,
mic.
man.
You know what I'm
Close the
saying?
show. I really like, I don't even know who to give it to, but it will be what's not transformed is transferred. And the thought is, if we don't fix things, we're just gonna pass it down. And when I think about Father's Day and kids and things like that, if I'm broken, I'm only gonna make more broken kids. So I need to address the broken things in me in order to help make healthier kids.
I like that quote. Can you say it one more time?
What's not transformed is transferred.
I like that.
Yeah.
And my quote is from the great Desmond Tutu. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. I like that quote a lot too, because all the guests we've had are just trying to do a little bit of good, whether it's big or small. And I think with everything going on in the world, like, we need as much good as we can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of darkness. Like I said this at my show. Like I did a show and we talked about the darkness, but it's just like the little bit of good, it makes such a difference, man. Like this being our 179th episode, all these people we've met that are doing a little bit of good for this city of Canton. You know what I'm saying? From the past episodes to this very one. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your little bit of good where you are. We're here in Canton doing this good because we need it. We need that little bit of good here. You know what I'm saying? It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. I think with all the good, the world could be a better place for us. It's just we're just letting all the darkness and all the bad things kind of overshadow it. So that's why that quote kind of hit me. So I'll say it one more time is, do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing that sucks. So you turn on the news, all they really show you is the bad.
Yeah.
They don't show you the good.
And there's good things going on.
There's a lot of good things going on, but
that's the reason why I
that's what
wanted to have
the
like
forefront.
What'd you say?
I said that's what we got to bring to the forefront. Is
Facts.
Good.
Because when you asked me why'd you want me on the pod, like this is why. Because like this doesn't get showcased in the city of Canton. Sports, or if they showcase people that look like us, it's never in good light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have someone as yourself. We could have went down the whole bio and talked about the things you've done, things you are doing. But that little bit of good that you do and have done, it's making a difference in the city.
Praise him. Yeah, that's good. I really love that you guys are changing the narrative. And really not changing, just bringing light to the real narrative of what it is. We need more like this, man. So keep it up, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Like, we just want to do our little bit of good.
Yeah.
So this podcast is our little bit of good. So yeah, man.
Shed light on the right people.
That's it.
Yeah. No crazy guests. No crazy guests. So any last shout outs? Zach, you got any shout outs before we get out of here?
I mean, we'll shout out the Hub, obviously, for allowing us to do this in their space every week. You for showing up and showing out. Thank you. We appreciate that. And then shout out all the dads. You know, I lost my dad a few years ago, so shout out to my dad.
My condolences. Love. Love to your pops, man.
Real love.
Bradley, got any shout outs, man?
Man. Yeah, first, God, for this opportunity, man. Thank you guys for allowing me.
Welcome. Thank you for being on the show. My
wife, man. Shout out to my wife, my kids. Shout out to Habitat, man. Shout out to anybody who supported me over my years, man. From a conversation to a call to even just sitting down and having lunch with me, man. I am who I am because people devoted their time to me. So whoever I forgot, if you text me today, thank you. That's it, man.
We got to answer. Oh, yeah, we all get bombarded with the Father's Day text, so I got to go through all of mine and just say thank you.
Thank you,
just
bro.
copy
paste.
Copy right. Copy paste. Yeah, but we mean it, though. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. We appreciate it. So I want to give a shout out to Zach. I want to give a shout out to Bradley being on the show. Chase, Dakota, my man Jeremy. Another shout out to Renfrew Cheryl, Flaco Torres, Fez, Kiana for the show that we just had. I had a really, really, really good time. So thank you guys for being on the show. Shout out to the city, man. Shout out to the fathers. Shout out to all the listeners and viewers of the podcast, man. We're really grateful for the support you've shown us for the years. 179 episodes. I'm really proud of that. I know it's going to keep going higher and higher and higher and higher. So shout out to all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
What are we doing for the 200th?
I don't know.
You got to think that'll be this year, probably.
I think. Will it be this year?
It'll be close. It'll be towards the end of the year.
Because you do it bi-weekly. And I think with the 200, it'll be by the end of the year. You know, in the end of the year, ain't nobody driving.
Are we sticking to the bi-weekly for a while?
For a minute.
Okay.
For a minute.
Because it'll come up quicker than we think.
I know. And I was thinking if we want to get that 200, man, I have to squeeze in some back-to-back weeks. Because that would be kind of lit.
That would be sweet.
What should we do?
Man.
Like
I don't
party?
know. The guest is the hardest part.
I know.
It might not even be a guest. It might just be y'all talking how y'all got here. People want to know how. When you see greatness, people want to know how you got to greatness.
That's real.
So I think at 200, I think y'all should talk about how y'all got here.
That would be dope.
And allow the people behind the scenes come up front and talk about.
Yeah, man. Chasing Dakota, man. Yeah. Hey, man, you gonna facilitate the show?
Hey, let me have it.
Executive producer.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that.
Also, speaking of executive producers, I want to shout out and announce that my documentary, Jéan P the MC. I'm sorry, Ramen and Dream, the Jéan P the MC story, directed by Joe Lewis and Pat Folke, will release July 14th, 2025 on youtube.com/Jéan P the MC. I'm having a private screening on July 12th, so I got 100 people. I wish I could invite all of y'all, but I had to limit it to 100. We're gonna have a private screening July 12th at an undisclosed location. You'll probably see it once Facebook and all that's out there. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Shout out to Joe Lewis, Pat Folke. I love getting the final. It's really happening, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just love the fact that I have a story to tell with people. Like, it's beyond just music. So I'm glad that I'll be able to share my story with the world, and I like that idea. We have to go big for the 200.
That's huge.
So I'm gonna have to go all out for that. But yeah, shout out to all y'all, man. So thank you. Episode 179. We are done. 2 weeks. We'll see y'all in the next episode, man. I'm excited about that. We out of here. All right. Jéan P the MC, episode 179. Bradley Tyson. Say what you mean. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330, where them boys don't play.